Alright, so for this video, I'm going to show you how to make an interactive Google Slides. So it could be like a choose your own adventure type of project, or it could be like a research project and they want to look at a specific topic. What you could do is have a link to take them to a specific slide that they're interested in. So in order to do that, you want to start with a blank Google Slides presentation. And you could have a title page if you want, just to give them directions of how it would work, or this is a space you could have a video of you explaining how it works. But just for this example, I'm going to delete all that, and I'm going to start putting in my shapes. So you can make any shape you want. If you want circles, that's fine. And color them in. So what these are just our buttons. And so when they click on them, it's going to take them to the slide. So here's another one. I'm going to make this one orange. Another one, whoops, paste. We're going to make this one green. And you can put them equally apart so it looks better. And let's make this one blue. Make this one yellow. Oops. And we'll make this one purple. All right, so now we have our buttons, okay? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make 6 new slides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and what I might do is I might make them the same color as the button. So I can do that by clicking on it. You can choose background, just change the color. So this is my red one. This is now this is not a part that you have to do, but just so that it's easy for them to make sure that they're on the right slide that they wanted to be on, you might decide to match the colors. So this one is blue. Where's my other color? Yellow. And purple. Okay, so now they all match. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type the text that I want it to say. So let's say I want this to be about famous mathematicians. And so let's say this is a research project and that's what they might be interested in. Well, so I'm going to click on that, make it easy for them to see it. Might change the color, whatever you want. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to click on it, and it is going to give me this option for a link. And it says slides in this presentation. So right now we're on slide 1. And so slide 2 is going to give them famous mathematicians. So I'm going to click slide 2. And then this one will say famous scientists. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this one white. I might center it as well. And I'm going to link it to slide number 3. And then this one, famous explorers. And once again, you do the same thing. And you can make this look a lot fancier for changing the font and all that, but I'm just showing you how to do it here. So slide number 4. You could say this is a famous, you could say women in history. Famous women in history. And then this is slide, whoops, link, slide 5, let's say famous athletes, I mean, obviously, this probably wouldn't be my research project, but if they're doing like a wax museum and they want all the options in one page, this is how you could set it up so that they could easily find what they're interested in. Okay, that's slide 6. And let's say this is famous musicians. And okay, link. So this is what my finished product might look like. I obviously changed the background by going to background. Remember, you can choose image and go from there. I made the shapes a little bit larger. I added a border around the shape so it looks more like a button. I changed the font, made all the font look the same, and I even added a video down here. So this video could be a way where you add your directions. You could have it set to autoplay, so when you press present, it would play the directions automatically, or you can have it set to where it's a little bit larger for them to see and they could press play to get there. You also can see that I added some things to the individual slides. And so for each slide, I linked it back to slide 1. So if they're like, I don't really want to do famous mathematicians anymore, this would take them back to slide 1 so that they can see this instead. So you do have the options to the links even when you are not in presentation mode, but presentation mode is the easiest way to do it. And so let's say I really want to check out famous athletes. You can see that video down here, so I could press play right now. But I want to check out famous athletes, so I'm going to click on it. Boom. All the information about famous athletes, it would take them right to it. But let's say they change their mind. They're like, I don't really want to do that anymore. They can click this image right here. Takes them right back. Okay, and that's the same for all of these. So this is just a really, really nice interactive way for them to kind of explore different things as well. So get creative with it. But this would be a really great option for like research projects or choose your own adventure, anything like that. But it's just a fun and creative way to do that. When you are sharing this with students, I would recommend, well, make sure you have a name, obviously. So we'll say research project and save. But when you're sharing, make sure that it is, view only, because if you change it to where they can edit, they will be able to move things around, and that might affect how someone else is able to use it. So make sure it is view only, and that way they only have the option to click on the links. They don't have an option to kind of change anything around. Okay. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions on how you might use this, please feel free to share.